everybody's gonna love me. Your crowd gonna love me because I'm gonna keep
I know they are. They love you the last.
I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000. They gonna love me.
I get nervous. There's only two people that make me nervous when I'm on. If I have them on, it's you and this guy Tim.
Don't let Tim be clean.
Y'all
Don't let him.
Get his derelicts in here. Jesus.
Oh, shit. It's comfortable right here. I hope you guys can hear me. Pumpkin Tatum, what's going on, baby?
There we go. We about to get
Denise
started.
Sparrow.
Yes, Niecy.
I don't know.
Hey, everybody. How are you? Y'all see who it is. It's this. Oh, my gosh. It's your girl, Tiffany, a.k.a. Hey, Miss Barker. And then we got Steve. Oh, Lord, help me today, Steve. Hey, Steve, what's good?
What's going on, Tiffany?
Okay, I'm nervous.
I want to apologize, ladies and gentlemen. My grandfather used to always say, better never than late.
Here we go.
He used to always tell me, better never than late.
Here we go. Okay, so can I get some slack for real? Because the rain was like really bad and I was coming from an hour away. Can I get a little bit of slack?
No. No, the people want us. We got to give it to them on time. The people want it. We got to give it to them on time.
I know. Look,
don't
you say one word. Don't say nothing. I was stuck behind people that don't know how to drive. I was stuck behind people that don't know how to drive. Don't you say another thing.
I came all
y'all
the way.
See what I got to go through?
I came all the way from
I just want to know,
Jerusalem.
do y'all see what I got to go through? Tracy, big shout out to Tracy Bedford. Hey, everybody. Hey, Niecy. Hey, Shanny, you the pretty gal, girl. What you got going on with my sweet dimple face? I see everybody jumping on Tracy Bedford all the way from Florida. and Keisha Burnett. Hey, Keisha. Hey, Leisha. Okay, so y'all, I need you to do me a big favor. Tag a friend, text a friend, tell a friend that the Making Me Matter radio show is on the air. Big shout out to the loyalties that are in the Zoom room.
I don't even know where to look. Where's the camera at?
The camera's right there.
This blue one right here?
That's the, yeah.
I want you to get the good shit.
I can't. Wait, what you say?
Stuff.
Thank you. See, this is the stuff I'm
sorry.
talking about.
I want you to get the good doo-doo.
Thank you. Hey, Krisha. Okay, so y'all, real quick, before we get started, you know how we do. I like to go ahead and find out, where are you guys? I need you to go ahead and put in the comment section where you are located. Let me know how your day went, what city, what state. Where are you guys at, so we can go ahead and big up where you're sitting, where you're staying, where you're working, whatever it is that you're doing. We want to go ahead and give you a big shout out and represent where you at. And in the meantime, you guys know I like to get started really quick with a couple of quick announcements.
I got a question. Is this on
how
a
he
delay?
gonna cut me off and ask if he got a question? See, this is the stuff I'm starting with. Where is my blessed oil? I'm gonna have to start slinging the oil real quick. You see how Steve is starting? Oh my gosh! And Norm is going along with this, y'all. I need you guys to make sure that if you want to go ahead and be a part of the Make Me Matter radio show by advertising your business, your event, if you're a promoter, if you're an author, if you're an artist, if you have upcoming events, definitely inbox me. Let me see how we can go ahead and promote your business or your brand on the Make Me Matter radio show. I would love to work with you. Definitely hit me up in the inbox and let's get that thing started. Hey, Pumpkin. Thank you for representing Jersey. Okay, and coming up in January, if you have not registered for my women's conference, Steve, isn't that exciting? You can't come.
I don't know why I see that you guys have them women conferences and don't invite men.
It'd
be a better learning experience if you guys invited men.
But some of these women, we'll talk about why I don't do that in a little bit. But that's a good question. I need you guys to come out on January 7th, 2023 from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. for our Unpacked and Unbothered Women's Conference. I'm so excited. I will be hosting it. It's my annual Unbothered Conference. This is the Unpacked and Unbothered Women's Conference. And I got my girl, my sister friend, Pastor Danielle Brown, who will be our guest speaker. We got great food giveaways, senior discounts. And if you have kids, you can bring the kids. We have a separate room that we're going to do for the kids, only if you are bringing your children. So I would love for you to bring the kids, and so we can have a good time and a good day. How about that? Definitely make sure that you tune in for more details going on with the Making Me Matter radio show and what we got going on with my women's group Unbothered. And so if you can, I want you guys to go ahead and join me. Can we just give a big clap? I can't even look at you without laughing because I'm nervous right now.
No,
Can we give a big clap it up for my buddy Steve?
Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's your number one, your main man, Dr. Fester, the world's greatest girl tester, Joe the grinder, the good spot finder, the man who talks the most smack and never takes the slack. It's your main man, Big Scum in the house, reporting to you straight from the slum. My man Big O said that's right, Steve. Give a big shout out to my man Big O.
What's going on, Big O?
I got a question.
Oh my gosh, we didn't even get started. You can't ask me the question yet. Okay, but go ahead with your question.
This women's conference where y'all unbothered women, y'all need to add some men up in there. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I have a group for unbothered men. It's separate.
No, I wouldn't be around
but
men.
here's why I have
women.
No, here's why I have the group Unbothered Women. Because women need to learn how to heal. Not from men, but from things that they have either brought on themselves, what they've allowed in their own life, from past hurts and past trauma. So it's a spot for women to go ahead and be in, I don't want to say the word empowered, but be encouraged and it's a sisterhood for us to learn how to feed off of each other, to help each other, not judge each other, but so we know how to love the right way, so that we know how to treat people the right way. If you are going to be in a relationship, you come to Unbothered, you best believe you're not going to treat a man just any old kind of way. And see, it starts with the head and it flows down.
I understand.
And if this is my baby,
Oh, it's a safe place.
It's a safe place.
Shanta Robinson.
Absolutely. That's my sissy,
Yeah,
Chantel.
y'all need to be safe, man.
It's totally a safe place. Absolutely. Big shout out to Tasha Langford. Thank you, Tasha, for joining. Hey, cousin. I see you, Crystal Gina Gavin. Good to see you. God bless you. Darlene. Yes, Darlene was one of our vendors. Yes, how about that? Her daughter was one of our vendors, okay? Listen. Okay.
With Tasha Langford, she's one of the world's greatest MCs. She go by the name of Biss.
Okay.
But she's one of the best rappers on the planet Earth.
Come on here,
Haas
Abyss.
McMillan, what's going on, Haas?
Is that you? Was that? Is that my Haas?
Yeah, my boy. Went to high school with him.
Oh, what? Haas, what's good, Haas?
He said you late. Get your act together.
Haas, don't start. You starting to get like him. I can't do this. Oh, can we clap it up and cheers for the water?
Here you go.
Thank you.
Here's to you.
Yeah, so I had a major episode this weekend, and Steve totally got on me in a nice way and just said, you need to do better. You got to do better. Steve, as you can see, is a health nut. He is out in Weequahic Park. Is it Weequahic?
Yes.
Every morning. At what time, Steve?
I get there kind of early. I don't want if I get there, somebody might show up, try to jump on me or something.
Yeah.
They try to jump on me.
They're going to try to jump on you, Steve. Haas, what's good, Haas? Haas, no, I love him to pieces. Yes, I am way too late. Haas, you know what happened? Listen, I was stuck in traffic. The rain, you know I live an hour in West Bubble, so that's what was going on. So forgive me, Haas, charge it to my head, not my heart. So let me tell y'all something. Steve, I got some questions.
Yeah, I got some answers.
Oh, Jesus.
I got all the answers.
I bet you do. Tonight, we are doing what, Steve? It's a night of situations.
And I'm always in some kind of situation.
Listen, but I know you can also help with a lot of situations.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I've been in a situation since 87. I'm a 100-year-old zombie. Gina Gavin, what's up, baby? I see you. I'm a 200-year-old zombie. I've been here before.
Oh, my gosh. Steve, I have a question. Why is everybody getting divorced? What is going on? I am so over this. I don't understand what's going on. Why? Tia married?
I'm going to tell you why.
And Tia got a prenup.
Yeah, of course. She's not stupid.
But
I'm going to tell you something. Marriage is the number one cause of divorce.
What?
Marriage is the number one cause of divorce.
Make it make sense.
If you don't get married, you won't get divorced.
I'm not doing this today with you, sir. We are not doing that. Marriage is a beautiful thing.
Who says?
Tiffany
if
Renee.
if the divorce rates are high, how beautiful can it be?
It's not that. Listen, marriage isn't the problem. It's the people. They marrying the wrong ones.
Well, if the people are the problem and the people are in the marriages, we can't blame the marriage.
It's got to be the people.
Marriage is the number one cause of divorce.
So here's my question. Now, I'm going to show y'all this again, right? This is what happened. I got this from my girls page, Ice Cream Conversations. Big shout out to my girl, Zay. I call her Zay. She is the queen of getting of content. Anytime I want to find out the truth about anything, at the end of the day, Ice Cream Convos, and yes, even TMZ, because TMZ is usually like 90% on point. So Tia Mowry files for divorce after 14 years of marriage. And did you see what her husband posted? Her husband posts this. Acting off of emotions will cost you every time. I am all the way confused. I don't know what to do, what to think with that. So now, of course, my thing is, hey, Junie, listen, Haas, don't you go anywhere. You stay your tail right here. Where you running off to? Can you tell Haas said, exits left, I'm out.
Listen, Haas, that's my man. He know marriage is the number one cause of divorce.
Listen, Haas, you better stay your married tail on here and give us some advice, sir.
June Pierre off the Top Sports. What's up, baby?
What's up, Junie? I love you, Junie. Junie is my baby.
Now, what he said was acting off emotions can cost you everything. He's absolutely right.
So let me ask you a question, because we don't actually know exactly what's going on. So wouldn't that make you think, for him to say acting off of I can't do this. Acting off of emotions. What did he say? You got me all discombobulated, because I know you're going to say something. Acting off of emotions will cost you every time. So now that makes me wonder if she put this out there too soon about this divorce, or if it's possible that maybe he acted off of emotions and it cost the marriage. It's got to be one of the two.
I mean, you're right and you're right. However, when men act off of emotions, they can't lead. You can't lead from an emotional standpoint. And women react off of emotions. They can't learn and listen.
Woo!
So if you can't lead or if you can't learn and listen, it's a self-destructive recipe for divorce.
If you can't lead, say that again.
They heard me the first time. It's your man, Big Scum.
Right. If you can't learn and listen.
If you're coming from an emotional standpoint, you can't lead.
That's
you
good.
can't be a good leader and be emotional. And number two, if you're an emotional woman, you can't learn and listen because you're not using logic and intelligence. You're using how you feel. And a lot of times how you feel can help, but it'll lead you astray if you're not willing to use that to listen and learn. Now, what he said was coming from an emotional place can cost you everything.
Right.
Like you said, you're right and you're right. Either he's emotional and not leading properly, or she's emotional and she refuses to listen and she's throwing everything away.
It's one of the two, Steve.
You're right and you're right.
I really don't feel like there's any in between. So I'm waiting to see what's going to happen.
I feel like she's the cause of the marriage dissipating.
Really? What makes you think that?
Because it says she filed for divorce. If she filed for divorce,
she's the one with the problem.
She's the reason the marriage is failing.
But I don't want to say that she's the reason the marriage is failing because she's filing. Maybe
Right.
I'm going to tell you something that someone had said to me.
Tell me.
Okay. And I so love what was said, right? Let me go to okay, so here it is. I said, why are people getting, divorced? And they said, people don't value through thick and through thin. And then I said, but what if they did, but the thick got thin? Because the truth of the matter is there's a time when things are good and you're in the thick of everything and it seems like nothing could go wrong. But then there comes a time when little things start happening. You start getting these little holes and these little holes thinning out the thickness. So what happens when that could have possibly been the case? I don't want to say that the divorce is because of her, because maybe she got tired of something that she has allowed to remain thick. And after a while, that thickness started thinning out because she got tired of it.
I totally disagree.
Tell
when
me.
she took her vows, she didn't take a vow to get out of a marriage because she's tired.
Ah!
She took a vow for better or for worse, rich or poor,
That's what-
till death do us part.
Norm said till death do us part.
Nowhere in there does it say the thick is getting too thin and the thin is getting. Let me finish.
I am.
Nowhere
Go ahead.
does it says that. It says till death do us, through sickness, health, rich or for poor, better or worse.
Listen.
It don't say I can divorce you when I get tired. So she is the cause of the marriage failing.
Listen.
Because she's not honoring her vows.
She's not honoring her vows because of the divorce.
We don't know why she's not honoring them, but she's not honoring her vows based upon what the example you gave. If the thick got thin or whatever it is and there's holes in the situation and she feels it's time to leave, she's not honoring her vows and she's the cause of the marriage failing.
So what if, I don't know if I can agree with that.
You have to agree. What do the vows say? I'm not talking Stephen, I'm talking vows.
No, but when it comes to a vow standpoint, you're right.
If the vows say that,
You're right.
you go be in front of the officiant and you make those vows, I guess, before God.
Come on and talk.
This isn't Stephen. These are the vows you took and the man above that you pledged these vows to.
Right.
When you let that fail because of how you feel personally,
From an emotional standpoint.
you're going against your vows and you're the cause of your marriage failings, or you're not honoring your vows. Which one is
Steve, that's a tough thing. Oh
It
my
is not
God.
tough
But this
at
is
all.
good. But what you're saying
Don't make
is
the vows
good.
if you can't stand of it. Don't make the vows. If you can't understand those vows and stand on them, it said till death do us. Aren't they still alive?
Well,
God damn it, they're not honoring the
Steve,
vows.
you can't be saying that. Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
God, Steve. Oh my God, Steve. So listen, I get what you're saying, but when I tell you, I think that. So let me ask you a question.
What?
Okay, so we're going to talk about somebody else who's dealing with this.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about somebody else. Tom Brady and
Yeah.
Giselle.
Right.
Okay, they've been married since what, 2009?
Who filed?
Giselle hires divorce attorney. Tom Brady looking for his own. Now, I'm curious to see what the reason is for her filing. But allegedly, I don't know how true this is, but I heard it's because she has been wanting him to retire from football.
Right.
But am I wrong for saying, and y'all, I need y'all in the comments to check me if I'm wrong. I'm good. If y'all disagree, say it. I want to get this feedback because I want to be.
disagree.
How said he disagree?
Now, here's the thing. If you take those vows in front of God and the officiant,
Absolutely.
and
I
you
see
don't
what you're
stand
saying.
on those vows, why did you take them?
I think sometimes
those vows do not say until you get tired.
No,
those
you're
vows do not
100%
say
right.
if you're not happy. Those vows do not say if things ain't going your way. Those vows do not say if a person cheats on you. Those vows says for better or for worse, whatever that may be, rich or for poor, whatever that may be, until death do us.
Put a pause right there, because biblically, if there's an adulteress in a marriage, and that's biblical, if adultery is committed, the one who was adultered on, they are biblically free from that marriage. So they have a right to go ahead. Absolutely do.
You're never free.
You are free.
You're only free when you call.
You're free.
When you go
Haas
for divorce.
said, I disagree, Steve.
Of
Haas,
course,
jump on the Zoom.
Haas is supposed to disagree. He thinks he knows more than me. He always thought he knew more than me. He's supposed to disagree. That makes him look good in front of people to disagree with me.
Haas, you see this? Haas, jump on the Zoom.
He's supposed to disagree. Why wouldn't he?
So wait a minute. Let me ask a question. When do we take into consideration the different levels of abuse? When is when is abuse played in a marriage, whether it's mental or verbal abuse, and definitely physical? I'm not staying in a. I can see you looking ready.
Go ahead, say what you have to say.
I am not staying in a marriage where someone's beating me up.
Right. So if you don't stand
verbally or physically,
if you don't stay in that marriage, who left the marriage?
I did.
There you go.
Because I was the one with the problem.
So you're responsible for the marriage failing because you left. I'm not saying you have to stay.
I understand what you're saying.
Let's be clear on who's responsible for the divorce.
But that doesn't mean just because I'm responsible for the divorce doesn't mean I'm responsible for the marriage failing.
If you get divorced, did the marriage fail?
The marriage failed before the divorce.
Did it?
Absolutely.
So you were married and it failed while you was in it.
Absolutely. I believe that can definitely happen.
So you're in a failed marriage.
There's people that are in failed marriages pretending like their marriage is okay.
Pretending?
Absolutely. Pretending like their marriage is okay.
Right.
Hiding, and they save face, so to speak, to keep people out of their business. But the failed marriage can be from, it could be from anything. It could be from miscommunication. And because the other person doesn't want to work at understanding that, I'm not doing this, understanding the dynamics of the other person.
I'm listening to the excuses of people who make these vows and don't take it to the death do you part. If you listen, don't say death do you part. Don't say for better or for worse. Say until I get tired or until I can't take it no more. Change the vows. Now, if you change the vows, that's the door for that's the revolving door. Hey, I'm gonna marry this woman until I can't take it no more, until I want to cheat or until she cheats or until I'm tired of being in this marriage. Then I want out. Change the vows. But don't tell me till death do us and you leave that marriage alive.
I'm not doing this with you, Steve. I'm not doing it. So I wish you guys would jump on the Zoom for the 60 seconds to say it, because at the end of the show, you will get 60 seconds to voice your opinion about what we are talking about tonight.
Let me read one comment,
Go
please.
right ahead.
My girl Pumpkin Tatum, she's representing for me. The only time divorce can come into the picture when the other one or party commits adultery, only if the other person chooses to forgive. That's right. Don't forget forgiveness.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And your girl Lachey Brown said abuse comes in different forms. Right. If you are caught in the act, the Bible says the wife is no longer obligated to fulfill her marital duties.
That's the word.
Now, if you leave that marriage alive, those vows were not fulfilled. I'm just talking about the vow standpoint. I'm not getting into the
everything else.
I'm not getting into the personal.
Declared.
I'm not getting into the personal feelings and the personal interworkings of a marriage. I'm talking about strictly from a vow standpoint, and I'm holding you married people accountable to them vows.
Wait, Evelyn just said, "Where's the Zoom?" I'm getting ready to look for the Zoom. Jesus, today
I don't ruffle them.
You done ruffled the
Everybody that's
already,
divorced
Steve.
is upset with me. I got divorced because of this, because of that.
Steve? Okay, so y'all, if you guys want to join the Zoom, just keep in mind when you jump on, I'm getting ready to post it and pin it. When you join the Zoom at the end of the show, you get 60 seconds to say it.
Crystal Feud.
Fendi that's my cousin,
Clark. She
Crystal.
said, noted, Steve. Thank you. Change the vows.
See,
exactly.
Now,
Change the vows.
You know what? So you're talking about what I respect about what you're talking about. You're not talking about from the other entire standpoint of the marriage. It's what's the proclamation that's declared before the witnesses in the church.
Yes.
What's being spoken before the officiant.
And those vows go to who?
The husband and the wife.
And they go up to who?
It goes to God.
God.
But see, here's what I said to somebody today, and I've said this plenty of times before. I've said this plenty of times on the show. I've said it plenty of times in just open conversation. Y'all, when y'all marry, don't focus so much on just being connected. There's a big difference between a connection and a covenant. Connections break. Covenants don't. If you have a covenant with somebody, at the end of the day, that relationship is going to move totally different. So I think we get it mixed up. I think we get in this place where things feel good. It seems like we're compatible. We have a connection, but there's no covenant. And then you wonder why the relationship doesn't stand. I get what you're saying from the point of the vow.
Right.
Now I understand.
Change the vows.
Change the vows. Listen, I will write my own vows.
Thank you. And and this is what you do. You put a fail safe in there.
There will be a disclaimer in my vows when I get married.
But don't take those vows and get up there and poke your chest out till death do us part.
No, my vows are going to be biblical. God bless you, Yakima. My vows are going to have biblical. I'm going to have the scriptures. I'm going to rewrite my vows, and it's going to talk about what the Bible says if adultery comes into play, how I'm out, how I'm free.
Don't forget forgiveness.
Oh yeah, forgiveness is a major part.
You gotta have forgiveness.
Because here's the thing too. Can I just be honest with y'all about something?
A lot of us.
I'm not trying to be funny. Right. Forgiveness matters. And at the end of the day, what I've learned from past relationships, forgiveness is so freeing.
Yes.
Forgiveness is freeing. Not only is it freeing, there's redemption for everybody.
That's right.
I just said yesterday that regardless of what the situation is, there is truly redemption for every single person that we encounter. For every person that we've wronged, we expect redemption. And for every person that has wronged us, guess what? We have a biblical obligation, because that's what love does. If we're going to do what God says to do, we have to not be like everybody else who holds on to resentment, bitterness, anger, and all that other stuff that keeps us bound. Because when we hold on to these things, that hinders us from going forth in our own greatness for the destiny that God has for us. So that forgiveness piece is big. Don't do this.
Watch it, Pastor. Yakima Enos, what's up, baby?
God bless you, Yakima.
My girl got married to my man. Her and Jean be doing the thing. They be everywhere.
Yes, that's wonderful.
Yakima
Congratulations.
Enos. I went to Arts High with her.
Wow.
Representing for your main man, Scum.
What I love about you, Steve, you've been the same person for umpteen years. I promise you have.
I'm only trying. Listen to me. I like what you said about forgiveness, because, you know, what do they say? People forgive me, hopefully, but I forgive too, so I practice forgiveness.
Say that again.
People forgive me, and I practice forgiveness. Matter of fact, I don't even practice. I'm good at forgiveness. I don't have to practice.
But you know what? Some people, like myself, I'm going to be honest with you, I had to learn to practice forgiveness.
You look like you hold a grudge.
Oh, yeah.
I don't hold a grudge.
He said I look like I hold a grudge.
It's not that important to me.
The truth,
I mean, once you do something to me and you forgive me and I forgive you, I mean, I'm not going to kiss you in the mouth after that.
Right.
But when I see you, it's, hey, how you doing? How's your family? And I keep it moving. But I'm not holding any resentment or anger inside of me. I'm just not built that way. Even if we have to throw hands and get busy or whatever it comes to. Now, if you try to kill me or whatever the case may be, or we hurt each other, we got to come to a point where it's okay for both of us to live and be okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And how do we do that? How do we come to a place where we get to live and be okay? And that's by being honest with ourselves about what we need to detach ourselves from emotionally.
And there's one thing that you're missing with that. You're absolutely right. Acceptance. We have a hard time with acceptance. I can't believe this happened to me. I can't believe this person to do this. I can't believe I'm here. Once we learn to accept things, then we could work on changing it. But we have to practice the acceptance first.
You know what I think? It's hard. I think
Hassan said, let's fight. Hassan want to throw hands.
I said, let's fight. You know what I think the hardest part is accept. Ooh, I feel like I'm about to really say something that might trigger some things. That's Mother Miller. I think that's Mother E. That's trying to jump on.
Let Mother Miller here. Sorry.
Let me see if I can let Mother in.
Pumpkin Tatum said, forgive yourself, not the other person. You don't want anything wearing on your heart. That's Pumpkin Tatum. Hassan said he wants to throw hands.
let me see. I'm going to tell you the truth about something. One thing that when it comes to acceptance, I think you want to know why I think it's hard for people, Steve, to really move forward or be able to accept, because we don't realize the ramifications of what we've allowed. We don't realize the depths of what we've tolerated and accepted. So acceptance, which can actually lead to forgiveness, because at the end of the day, there's 5 stages of grief. Hey, Vanna Black and Mother E, there's 5 stages of grief.
Mother E look like she could cook some collard greens.
What? Mother don't play. You hear me? That's my church mother, Steve.
She look like she could cook some collard greens.
Greens. Greens.
I like what you're saying, because what you're saying goes into accountability.
That's it.
That's the acceptance part. Once you accept what it is, what your part is, what you allowed, what you didn't do when you should have done.
Right.
That gives you the accountability. And then that gives you the ability to hold yourself accountable, deal with yourself, and now you're able to deal with someone else on a level of, this was my part, this was your part.
Right. This was my part, this was your part.
Pretty black.
Yes, pretty black. And then at the end of the day, and when you see, here's the thing. When you are, that's what freed me. That's what freed me. I had to own up to what I took part in. People don't understand. When you're in a relationship, you're in something with more than one person.
Yeah.
So
you're in it with you, them, they baby daddy, the kids, the other baby daddy, the dude they mess with behind you. I'm sorry. I gotta forgive myself.
You said that.
I gotta forgive her.
Wait, I can't deal with
Too many people.
But here's the thing too. I know one thing. I don't care what the situation is. There's different, what is it? The 5 stages of grief.
Go ahead. Educate us, please.
There's 5 stages of grief, right?
Okay.
You got denial, acceptance. Somebody Google it. 5 stages of grief. Denial,
off.
Oh, no. Wait. But I know when my husband died, I hit all 5.
Okay.
I was denial, acceptance.
Is depression in there somewhere?
It has to be, because there comes a point where I think bartering. Bartering, I think, is one of them. Like, what if I do this? Can this come back? Or, so there's different stages. And I don't care if it's just a breakup. People don't understand. Everyone handles situations differently. So acceptance, being able to say, I own it. I take part. I took part in this, that, this, and that. And at the end of the day, I have to be the one to say, if I would have done this differently, maybe this wouldn't have happened. And the thing is, you're not blaming yourself. I think we have to change the language. Just because you're taking accountability doesn't mean you're taking blame.
See, the thing is, with the accountability, it stops you from blaming others.
That's good.
That's the thing. Accountability stops your blame game. It was under Moses' law, God did allow divorce. God said, if the unbeliever wished to stay with the believer has to keep him or her. Yakima Emo said it take prayer and growth. Haas McMillan said denial, bargaining.
There it is.
I want to give a shout out to my girl Tahir, pretty black. What's going on, baby?
There it is. The 5 stages of grief. Denial. Thank you, Haas.
Come on,
denial,
Haas. Bring it up there.
Bargaining. Acceptance.
And Haas, put up their healing, because you're going to need that after we throw hands. Make sure you put healing.
Yeah, you know what? Learn to practice even acceptance. There's been some things that... Anger. Yes, because the truth of the matter is, you're going to be angry at somebody. You either going to be angry at the person that did it or even yourself.
Elder Camilla said depression.
Mother said depression? Okay.
So this is
accountability.
Mother
Evelyn
right
Ferguson.
Right?
Yep. There's Mother.
Hey, Mother Miller. All right now.
And then Evelyn just said, accountability allows you to stop blaming others. Absolutely. That's what Steve said. Right. So she copied what you said and put it in quotation.
She's biting off of me.
She's put it up there just to say that you said it. This is amazing. So have you guys ever felt like that? Like actually accepting what you have done. Have you ever beat yourself up? Don't beat yourself up.
Yes.
Yeah, I have.
Yes.
But I'm not doing it ever again.
I see, the thing with me is I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm a glutton for torture sometimes, because it says I have to reap what I sow. And sometimes I have to stop getting in front of God for my reaping. When God wants me to reap it, he'll reap it. I try to reap myself to get ahead of God.
I understand that.
So let me reap now so maybe God will take it easy. But no, God is in his time.
Right.
So a lot of times I will beat myself up because sometimes that's my check and balance system.
Right.
I'll beat myself up so I know next time I need to chill on that. And if I'm not as hard on myself as I need to be, I'll be a repeat offender.
Ooh.
So I have to be hard on myself because if I'm hard on myself, it stops me from repeating the same behavior. And that's the only way I know. If I say, "Oh, you okay?" No, I'm not okay.
You're not okay.
You know?
You're not okay. I'm not okay. You shouldn't have did it.
Now, here's the thing.
What's up, Riz?
I used to have a woman that held me accountable. Like sometimes when I do something, she'll make me drop and give her 20. I'm not talking about push-ups.
I'm not doing this, Steve. Don't start, Steve.
I stole that from girlfriends. That ain't true. I'm just trying to be funny.
I can't stand him.
I got that from girlfriends.
Oh, my God.
What did Lachey Brown
Lachey
say?
said, y'all help me with that question. What question? Lachey says, the problem is, pick it up there, Steve. The problem is
what to do if you keep forgiving and standing. Do I stay in a marriage watching, oh, she's still on the marriage. Do I stay in a marriage watching my husband live his best life?
Ooh.
Or wife live her best life and I got to wait until he or she dies? No, Lachey, change your vows and move on. Pumpkin Tatum said, now anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. Was that? Ha said, yeah, man, that's growth, man, talk. We as men should be a glutton for punishment. God told us
as men do
because we didn't
for
stand up when when Adam didn't lead properly and Eve fell victim to the serpent. And when God came to Adam and said, what's going on, Adam? And God, instead of Adam saying, I take accountability, Adam said, it's the woman you gave me, God. You
getting mother happy.
Mother, go
ahead and unmute, mother.
Because instead of Adam standing up and saying, I'm accountable for the woman you gave me to lead, Adam tried to blame God. And so when Adam got kicked out the garden, God said, Adam, you're going to work all your days and it's going to be hard.
Right.
So as a man, it's supposed to be hard. Yeah.
Mother, go ahead. Mother, I'm going to give you your 60 seconds now and then at the end. Mother, you got 60 seconds to say it. Wait, let me get my timer going. Hold on. Don't you go anywhere, Mother. Let me get my timer. Get my timer together.
Mother's going now?
Mother, I'm going to let her do 60 seconds.
Cooking.
You was what?
I was pimping hard.
I'm not doing this with you.
But like I said, Adam has to have hard life. We have to have a hard life. Because we, instead of taking accountability for misleading Eve and allowing Eve to be.
Say that last part, misleading Eve.
No, we didn't lead properly. Eve fell victim. And instead of me saying, God, I take accountability for the woman you gave me, Adam tried to blame God. And when Adam blamed God, God said, word, now from now on, you're going to work for what you get, and it's going to be hard. That's why I'm hard on myself. And other men like Haas is hard on himself. When we're hard on ourselves, it makes us man up. It makes us grow. And it gets us out of that comfortable cocoon of everything's all right, because it's not all right.
But does it also give you a hard heart?
No, my heart isn't hard. I have to be hard on myself because this world is going to be harder on me. Mother, get busy.
Where Mother E go?
Come on, Mother E.
She had to go check her chicken.
Check on the collard greens, right?
She went to check. You see that? She went to go check on her chicken.
Mother Green went to check on the collard greens.
All right, so when Mother E come back, we're going to let her get her 60 seconds real quick, and then she can get it again at the end of the show, because what you just said was a mouthful. So how do we change the whole dynamic of how we can accept, we can move in love, we can move in life? I'm going to be honest with you.
Love
and I say this all the time, that I'm going to be somebody's, listen, I got too much goodness and glory. Somebody going to snatch me all the way up.
Well,
and the one thing I have that I know is love. And the one thing I do know is that love, the word says love covers a multitude of sin. It doesn't say it makes excuses for it, but it said it covers it. And so I think sometimes when we exude love, when we pour out love, sometimes us women get taken advantage of, and we get taken for granted simply for loving. Is it possible that Nia Long, Tia Mowry, Giselle, is it very possible that love could have been taken for granted? Because look at who they are all married to.
Yes, I believe love was taken for granted. I believe Nia Long, Tia Mallory, I believe they took the love from granted that man was providing. That man was loving them, and they took it for granted. I think you're absolutely right.
Oh.
Yes.
Hold up.
I think you're absolutely right.
But you flipped it on me.
No. You thought they were being taken advantage of. Oh no. It was definitely their husbands.
Wait, you don't think any of those 3 women, Nia Long,
Right.
Tia Mowry,
Right.
and Giselle,
Yes.
none of them were taken for granted with the love that they have displayed for the men that they were with?
That's hard because I'm not on the outside. I'm on the outside looking in. So my thing is, I believe when you've been with somebody so long, you've taken advantage of each other's love at some point or another.
You think it's possible to
Of
get too
course.
comfortable in a relationship?
No, I mean, it's possible to get comfortable anyway. What did I say? Being hard on myself stops me from being comfortable. So if you're hard on yourself and you're hard in your relationship and you're hard in life, you don't get comfortable.
Right.
You realize what it takes to succeed and to keep succeeding. Now, when you get comfortable around your woman and your man, you're supposed to have a certain amount of reliability, a certain amount of predictability, a certain amount of comfortable situation. But to say this woman's loved me and she's never gone anywhere, or this man's never going to go anywhere, that's the mistake we make.
You know what? That's good. And that's good. And that whole part of this person is not going to go anywhere. That's also scary, man, because I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, Lachey Brown said men get taken advantage of too. Absolutely.
Thank you,
listen, Lachey, if you have watched, if anyone knows me, anyone that has watched any of the Making Me Matter radio shows, y'all know I am all ride for the man. Y'all know I used to get gigged on big time because the women said I wouldn't defend them. That's not true. I was trying to teach these women how to treat a man so that they don't lose them.
But see, you can't give a baby steak.
You a whole
You
lot,
can't give
not
a baby
a whole lot.
steak.
You a whole telling the truth.
I like what Lachey Brown said. She said, Steve, there's a difference between sponsorship and support. And there is. See, when I was out there back in the day buying girls sneakers to get what I want, that was sponsorship.
Ooh.
But when I get behind you and say, these are the goals you can reach and this is how I can help you, that's support.
Man, I've done both.
Yeah.
I've done both.
And you're not finished doing it.
Oh, listen, the right one. Let me tell you something. The right one will get all of that. Wrong one.
Where's mother?
Where did mother go?
Where's mother, I need to hear that. I need to hear
There
that
she go.
knowledge,
Yay,
mother.
Mother, go ahead.
Come on, mother.
Wait, let me get my clock ready. Mother, go ahead and unmute.
60 seconds
And
of mother.
I'm going to give you 60 seconds. Let me see. You ready? Set, go. You got 60 seconds.
I like what Steve said. I think if men take responsibility,
Oh my
no.
God. Come on here.
Her iPad went.
Wait,
Wait, mother.
I'm coming, Tiff.
Mother, your 60 seconds is going, mother.
She agreeing with me. Give her 60 more.
Okay.
I like what Steve said.
Okay.
If men take accountability for their woman, let me tell you something. We'll trust more. We'll love you more. There's nothing that we won't do.
Right.
Adam did not take accountability. He said, God, it was the woman's fault.
Right.
You gave me her.
So I like that. Men, step up. We'll love you.
We'll
If
love
you
the
cover
mess
us,
out of you.
We'll love you. We'll love you forever if you cover us. Steve,
Cover
you all
us.
right with me?
Mother, you said this is what I like what you said. Okay, you just said we will love you. And it's the truth. Women will truly love the hell out of a man and stay with him to try to help him and to push him. But what do we do when they don't allow us to be that push? What do we do when they don't allow us to love on them the way they say they need to be loved, and we're doing the very thing? What do we do with that?
I don't think a lot of men know what they want. And it's probably because they didn't have a strong man figure. They don't know. And that's why these men get good women and they end up walking over them and use them and taking advantage. You have to first know what you want, what you're looking for. It's more than lips, hips. It's more than that.
Talk, mother.
It's more than that. It's somebody that when you down, gonna say, baby, you can make it. You can do it. I'm behind you. I love you. And that's just the problem. And I'm with you, Tiff. Too many black women dog our men and don't give them a chance. So what? He lost his job. Let me tell you something. On good times, when James never had a job, he was just going to work every day, and Esther packed that lunch. Okay, what's the name? Florida packed that lunch. Okay, it wasn't the fact that he got a job. She sent him out the right way with the nourishments. She respected man.
Woo!
I agree with mother.
Woo! Look at Steve.
I'm totally in agreement with mother.
Steve, mother, look. Tasha said, amen. My cousin Crystal said, speak on it. Let me tell you something. I have literally been in awe of, because, back in the day, the family dynamic was a big deal. Marriages were a big deal. Women would serve their husbands, but there was also a lot of underlying things that took place in the home that were hidden. And so sometimes that spills over from generation to generation. And then what do you do in that sense? Look at these these are young women. Well, Nia Long, is she 50 yet?
Yes.
So she's 50.
I think she's 51.
Tia Mowry is 44 years old.
Right.
And then Giselle, I don't know how old Giselle is.
Boojum is up there.
Is she?
Yeah, she's up there.
Because she's been around for a minute.
She's definitely got some experience.
What do we do to change the trajectory about marriage, love? How to make marriages work? Steve mentioned change the vows. And in other words, so wait a minute. Can I ask a question? So do you think that vows can be unrealistic expectations?
I think a lot of what I expect from a woman, what a woman expects from me, I think it's all a lofty expectation, because we grew up watching fairy tales. We grew up being told what a fairy tale love is. We didn't grow up seeing the struggle, the pain, the forgiveness, the embarrassment, the hurt, the reconciliation. We didn't grow up seeing that part of a relationship. We grew up seeing kiss, make up, and everything's okay, and they ride off into the sunset. We didn't grow up seeing the reality, the harshness, the pain of a relationship. If they incorporate the pain of a relationship into what we expect, then our expectations will be more realistic.
That is so powerful, what you just said.
Of course.
Oh, Steve!
Look, you got mother on. Look, mother's ready.
I'm down with mother.
Mother is ready. I really think that, those are the keys. I really think that, Norm, have you been listening to the show so far?
Some of you have been catching it.
What you been thinking?
Besides y'all crazy.
Wait.
I like a lot of the points both y'all was making.
You know what the crazy part is? I think that sometimes we need to look at things from a lens of not putting people in positions where they are, and then also understanding that they're just people.
Pumpkin Tate said, helpmate. Lachey Brown said, Tiffany Barker, nothing wrong with doing all that, but sacrifice and compromise are real, and if you can't determine the difference, let me tell you what you compromise to keep you let me tell you what you compromise to keep you eventually lose. Tracy God's Way Beckford, I like that, God's way.
Yes.
Expectations need to be stated before you enter into a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Pumpkin Tater says, knock our man down when he needs to be picking him up.
I agree with you on that. Now, the funny thing is, I have the messed up part. Now, let me just tell you this, and I'm not gonna. I have been in situations where the guys that have either been interested or I've dated or whatever, what Pumpkin said, we knock our man down, then we need to pick them up. But the hard part is when a good woman comes to try to pick up somebody who has damage, and he's damaged goods, that it messes it up for the next person that's really a good person that could probably be the best thing for their life. And then it makes the other person, the good one, end up going completely to the left. If you are not ready to be in a relationship, if you're not ready to entertain one, if you're not ready to date, don't waste anybody's time. I'm gonna clap it up for myself.
I like what you said, but then something else that throws me off. There's also a caveat to that. No one can turn you into something you're not.
Absolutely.
There's no way I'm going to be such this good person and a bad relationship turn me into something I'm not. Either I'm good or I'm not good. Or either there's a duality to me that's not being discussed. These good women we talk about have a duality to them that we don't discuss.
Or we don't know.
Right. So these good men also have a duality that we don't discuss. Now, if we focus on this person was good, what about that duality that we miss? Can't nobody turn me into something I'm not. If I'm a good man and you hurt my feelings, I'm still gonna be a good man.
Absolutely.
But if I'm a good man, you hurt my feelings, and I turn into a bad man, let's talk about my duality.
That's good. Let's
talk about
really
what I also am.
Good. So then how do we nurture that place?
What place is that?
The other side.
Stop putting good people on a pedestal. Stop pedestalizing good people. Because when we pedestalize good people, we miss what they really are.
So now we create this person.
We create this
figment.
We create this fantasy of good that doesn't exist.
A figment of our imagination.
We pedestalize good. I'm a good person. I'm a good person. I'm also evil. I'm also vindictive.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm also vengeful.
Absolutely.
I'm also a sinner.
Yeah.
But we didn't talk about that.
Right.
I'm sitting here beating my chest talking about good. Don't miss the other ingredients that makes me a complete person.
But see, this is the thing. That's where conversation comes into play. Just be honest about who you really are. I have told people straight up, listen, I can love, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't have it all if you mess me over.
Boss Willis. Mrs. Ipkiss. Let me tell you something.
Listen.
See, the thing is, even if I, like me, I'm a great guy. Mm-hmm. I think I'm a great guy.
I think you're a great guy too, Steve. Steve, give the camera a smile. Smile for him, Steve.
But I'm also manipulative. I've also been a liar. Right. I've also been an adulterer. I've also been a criminal. I've been a lot of things that make me a great person.
That's good.
But if I sit here and pedestalize how great I am, I'm giving you a fantasy, and when you find out I'm not that great, it's going to hurt.
It's going to hurt. But again, like you said, there's different components. Everybody has different layers and different variables.
Boss Willis.
Hi, Boss Willis. Everybody has different layers and different variables, right?
Yeah.
Connected to who they are.
But think about what people do. I'm a good woman, and I deserve. You don't deserve anything. You deserve what you work for, and you deserve what you bargain for.
Well, here's the thing. That part there, I'm not bargaining for anything.
You have to bargain.
No, I don't think we have
to bargain.
Well, okay, so when you say bargain, I need you to break that down, because some people will take bargain in the wrong way.
They can take it how they want to take it. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. You don't get what you deserve. How many times has somebody got what they deserve? Jesus Christ was the number one man on planet. Did he get what he deserved?
No.
Exactly. So don't look at yourself and your situation and think you're supposed to get what you deserve.
Right.
When the number one man on the planet Earth, the most righteous person who ever walked this earth,
ever lived,
they didn't get what they deserve. What makes you think you're going to get it? You get what you work for. You get what you negotiate. You don't get what you deserve a lot of times. A lot of times you get the doo-doo end of the stick. And then you take that doo-doo into the stick and you work harder to get that doo-doo into the stick out your face. But to sit there and say, I don't deserve this, some way you do, some way you don't.
Okay, so let's put a pause right there. I think the only way that if I say something like, I don't deserve this, I think I've said that, because I have. I'm not going to lie to Steve and say that I've never said that. I have said I don't deserve this when I felt like I was being betrayed.
Right, particularly at certain points, we don't deserve it.
Right.
But if you think hard enough, there's a time where this what you're getting might have been just desserts for what you didn't get.
Especially if it was something in the past.
Think about what I'm saying here. There are times when I can say, I never did you wrong.
Right.
So why did you do this to me?
Right.
But what about the times, me personally, when I did that wrong? This is all 360.
That reciprocity.
This is all 360.
Well, the word does say you reap what you sow.
And I can't say to people, I didn't deserve that from you.
Right.
I didn't deserve that from you.
You helping me.
But I can't say I didn't deserve it
look at mother.
I can't say I didn't deserve it as a whole.
You helping me.
I didn't deserve it from you.
That blessed me. And Steve, you are so helping me right now, because I'm going to tell you the truth. I have been that one to say I don't deserve this. But in the same breath, I'm going to tell y'all, at the end of the day, there comes a point where you do reap what you sow. The problem is we don't know how we're going to reap.
Exactly.
And because we don't know how we're going to reap, when stuff happens to us, we're like, this is unfair. No, this could be your reaping season. Just that simple. Mother E, I want to get ready to wrap up, because I know Norm got Norm over there by the door.
What time is the show end?
Normally an hour.
We got to read some comments. Mother, give me 1 second, Mother, please. Bottom line, if you are not good to yourself, you can't appreciate when someone is treating you good. Lachey Brown been going hard in the paint.
All
you
day.
Get off the wheel. You can only perform for so long and the real you show up. Boz Willis said, I think you are a great guy and I miss your show. Bring it back, scum.
Oh!
Pumpkin Tatum said, we all have a bad side. We are not perfect. Boz Willis says, and you get what you accept. People got to learn to leave or stay, but it's only if it's worth it. Denise Sparrow said, okay, Steve, I see what you're saying.
Steve, you know what I love about Steve, and this is the reason why I have a night of situations, he said, she said, with me and Steve. Steve and I have totally different views, but then again, we do have similar views. And I like to I don't want to ever have a show with anybody or have anybody come on and it's only one-sided. Because if that's the case, I could just always do it by myself. But I like to bring people on for different opinions, not just for them to talk, but so I could learn and so that we can all grow to understand from a different perspective. You made so much sense with a lot of different things, and it's helping me. I'm totally going to watch the replay so I can get this and take down notes.
I've been involved in a few things. I've perpetuated certain behaviors.
Y'all hear this? He said, I've been involved in a few things. All right, Mother E, real quick. I want to see if you can go ahead and unmute real quick. Go ahead. You got 60 seconds, and then we're going to get ready to close out because my boss over here, a.k.a. Norm.
Norm is in a hurry?
Norm the General. No.
We cooking.
Norm the General. All right, Mother E.
I agree. You don't know how.
No, it's okay, Norm. I'm going to respect your time.
You don't know how it's
yes.
come back.
Hold on one second,
wait.
Mother. Hold on 1 second.
I'm sorry, Mother E.
I'm going to respect your time. I'm good. Mother, you got 60 seconds.
Hey, Norm.
Hey, what's up, sweetie? What's going on, baby?
I'm good. Steve, I tell you, I love it, Steve. So much information for the women here from a strong black man.
Yeah.
Honest. You did wrong, you did good. But we do reap what we sow, and we don't know how's reaping coming back. So for all the clean up women that been waiting out there and dibbling dabbling with other men, you're gonna get yours because you will fall in love, and you're gonna forget that you was that woman, that scrub, that heifer. You're gonna forget that, and it's gonna come back. And we don't know how it's gonna come back. It doesn't just come back through relationship. It could come through sickness. It could come through death. We don't know how we're gonna get it. So it's better to stay on the straight and narrow and just be honest. I'm not perfect, but I will strive to be the man and the woman that you want me to be. Steve, I'm going to be married 40 years. 40 years, Steve, to the love of my life. And we had some ups, some downs, some sads, but I love him. We getting ready to renew our wedding vows, Steve.
Change the vows, Mother.
I'm going to change the vows. You know why I'm going to change the vows? Because, Steve, life has showed me another journey. So they can't be the same. It has to be different. It has to be different.
It has to be different. Steve, you know what? I need you to let me know when you're free again because we need to do a part 2 to this because I'm sure something's going to happen next week and we're going to need you to come in. Oliver Williams, you got anything to say before we leave? Oliver, you got 60 seconds to say it, 60 seconds to say it. If you are interested in giving your commentary, if not, we are going to go ahead and get ready to wrap up.
Tiff Vanna's here, Tiff.
Big O, what's up, Big O?
What's up, Stevie Steve?
It's my man, Big O.
Hey, it was a great show. Y'all definitely need to collaborate again. I definitely enjoyed myself tonight. I already know, first meeting the young lady tonight, you did an excellent job, Steve.
Oh, God bless you. Oh, thank you.
So, I need to keep pushing it.
Big shout out to you.
It's my man, Big O.
Big O. Yes, sir. Thank you, Big O. Big shout out to Vanna.
Black is here.
Vanna Black, who is chilling with Mother E. That's Mother's girl. That's her best friend right there. I want to say that's her best friend. She's an amazing person. I love me some Sister Michelle Ruffin, a.k.a. Vanna Black. Big shout out to her. All right, y'all. We about to close up. You know how I do when we close up. We will see you, Lord willing, next week. 8:30 p.m. Lord willing, I'll be on time. Same bat time, same bat channel. I need you guys to text a friend, tag a friend, tell a friend that the Make Me Matter radio show was on the air. Go ahead and share this because this is a learning thing. I'm curious to see some more of these responses. Steve, I need you to give me another date and time to see when you want to come back.
We'll work it out. I
Yeah,
have
we
no
gon-
problem
we
coming
gon-
back.
this-
I
this here?
thank you for welcoming me to your platform.
Of course,
you're one of
Steve,
the
I love you.
you're one of the only people who welcome me to your platform.
Because I ain't scared.
Yeah, there's no reason to be. We're gonna do it.
I ain't scared.
Signing off, Dr. Fester, the world's greatest girl tester.
I could not do. Oh my gosh, Steve. I love you, Steve.
I love you too, Tiffany.
Man, it's so good to see
Tasha
you.
Langford said, show was amazing.
Thank you, Tasha.
Tasha Langford,
Thank
you're
you, Tasha.
amazing.
You're amazing. You're amazing. Thank you, Tasha. Hey, hey. Bye, Niecy. Bye, Niecy. Good night. Bye, Tracy. Good night, Terrence. We're out. See you later. Have a good night. Thank you, Leisha. North Carolina. Thank you, Leisha. North Carolina. All right, y'all. That's it. We out.